Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starsector and the DME campaign. Last time we traveled with Yod. I'm actually doing this in post-processing because a Windows update screwed with my sound, and I tried to using the regular sound for this, but it was unusable really. It was been really annoying, so I'm just doing this in post and hopefully it'll work out. So yeah, last time we got to Yod, we're doing surveying. We've switched focus now pretty much to a surveying exploration. We managed to get a Class 2 survey and some drugs from another station or a drone. Someone suggested that I survey the barren desert planet because it's got pollution on it, and the pollution might be indicative of some ruins or something. And also, this is where I go into the fact that as long as a planet costs like 10 supplies to survey, it's worth it. This one costs 30 supplies, so it is slightly less worth it if it gives me level 1. And lo and behold, of course, it finds scattered ruins or supplies, but it's class 1, so I lose money on it. I lose money on that deal, unfortunately. Then you kind of want to go up to Yod 3 to survey that, but along the way, we will survey... We're kind of looking at things to survey here. So we're going to go to the Domain Air Survey Ship. That's priority. Because we were talking about yesterday. So okay, Domain Error Survey Ship, let's go do that first. Remember to turn on the sustain burn this time, thank you very much. We'll go back to the volcanic in a bit, but go over here and go, hang on, wait a second, explore it? And I don't have enough machinery, so I can't even begin to salvage that, unfortunately. So now I go on a bit of a wild goose hunt around the sector just to see if I can find the... just any kind of debris while I'm going up there, any kind of debris, to see if I can find the required 15 heavy machinery to be able to properly survey or scavenge the survey ship. I found 4, so we're getting there, but spoilers, I don't actually find enough, so I'll have to go and sell and then come back. And I find it weird. These must be like permanent situations because they're huge things who've definitely been here like since spawn, but they haven't actually split apart. So I'm assuming they're part of the standard. They won't ever split apart kind of thing. They're not generated by fights. They're just there. Yep. Zion Nation and Lytic Church are at peace, but I don't really care anymore. I've sort of stepped away from factional warfare at the moment. And you go see, this is the Hardened Warning Beacon, another one. I'm going to go visit Yod 3, look at this, and we can't survey it. It's 125, we can only do up to 100. It's a shame, because it has extreme weather irradiated and extreme tectonic. If it didn't have one of those, we'd be able to do that. But because it's got all 3 of them, we can't do it. So it's a bit of a shame. The resource cost is going to be 30 anyway, so if you got a class 1, it wouldn't be worth it. If you got a class 2, it would barely be worth it. And we're wondering, what do we need? I need to get that 1 more point in the surveying skill to be able to survey any planet, and I need 1 more point in the salvaging to be able to salvage any wreck, but I'm lacking the points right now. And I believe this is the point where I go on a minor rant about combat skills. About that, if I put points into combat skills to be a bit more useful in combat, I lose out everywhere else. There are so many other skills that you need to be a proper fleet captain that you kind of fall behind elsewhere. And I believe I started going on about with the next patch maybe, and you get you can outsource maybe some of your skills to your captains. Maybe have like dedicated support captains that you can put in charge of a cargo ship, for example. But then they let you take the support skills. They can deal with the support skills for you. They can do they have this. You're the captain. You don't need the salvaging expertise. You need to hire someone with the salvaging expertise. That would be an idea. Then I go here, see if there's anything I can mine. I believe. Anything I can mine? Then I go, wait. There's nothing I can mine. Pretty much. I haven't got anything that lets me mine. None of my ships will let me mine. Yep. Nope. Have no machines. My mining strength is 0. I have no machines that let me mine, no weapons that let me mine, no ships that have inherent mining bonuses. So I'd say, you know what, we're just going to head back. And I believe You just go, you know what, we're just going to head back to Nikolaev, drop what we currently have, buy up some machinery, so we can head back. But yeah, so Windows updated last night, and every single time like Windows says, we need to update, I genuinely am scared. Volturn captured by Knights Templar, Sudarian captured by Sinjin Diktat. Then we had a fleet headed for Volturn, and Syra was captured by the Tritachyon, and we're kind of wondering what's happening first, and I wasn't entirely sure, but we're probably going to try to capture Knights Templar place now, which is going to be scary. Okay, heading course in for Peremoy. So I'll never get the pronunciation of that right. And basically drop in here, see the missions I can do. Bit of Friggate's a bit far away from me, other side of the system. Kalan, they want us to capture Kalan. The RA wants us to capture Kalan. It's like, yeah. Asp wants us to capture Archon. Again, factional warfare doesn't really matter for me. I'm selling those. I'm selling that. I was like, I don't have RFCs? That's crazy. Let's learn RFCs. Then I sell pretty much all the weapons. I can pretty much sell any weapon I get from a domain ship. And I go like, hello, these are worth double the price. They're paying us, they're technically worth 1,000 each, and I'm selling 2 for 4,000. That means that we've got, basically, we're selling that at double the price they're worth. So it's 2,000 as opposed to 1,000, it's 10,000 as opposed to 5,000. So definitely worth the price. If it cost 10 supplies a pop, it was worth it. Got that much money, we're just over 100,000 now, and I follow someone's suggestions from the comments that because I'm going to do a lot more salvaging, a lot more things like that, it's probably worth money to get the Kentaurus. But first of all, of course, I drool over the Jeanne d'Arc a little bit. That is the dream. Getting a Jeanne d'Arc and a Zelenograd. Zelenograd to do the sciencey things and the Jeanne d'Arc to escort it would be lovely. I could, of course, buy a Cormoran here, but I wouldn't have any money to outfit it, so it's not great. But I will buy a Kentaurus, so we have a bit more cargo capacity. So just go buy. Yes, please. Let's go refit that. I go check crew. Is like we have enough crew, but I want more crew. So I'm going to go up to about 600 crew because I like round numbers. Buy the machinery required as well. Very important. It'd be horrible to do all this, not buy the machinery, and then head back and go, wait a second, I need the machinery. Right, so first things first, I go look at what they've got. But let's see, okay, what does the autofit suggest? This is the export variant. That would be the standard variant that has mini beamers. And because we haven't got micro laser clusters, it's offering to use the light energy blasters from the Coalition. Then I think we can look around, see what else we have. Yep. Then we see the fire support variant has the jungler and light rail accelerators. I think I go back to, you know what, because this one requires an AMM blister pod I don't have, and we have everything required for the fire support variant, I think I just generally agree that, you know what, we'll just take a fire support variant. Comparing all of them, hang on, wait. I think this is when I'm comparing hull mods. So it's, yep, these got expanded missile racks, the other two have ITUs. Again, if this needs to be in combat, we're already a problem. It's so slow that if we're in combat, this is already in trouble. I debate dropping off the Rodin, but in the end I just go, nah, it's okay. I'll keep you for now. You're not slowing us down or anything. You're not like the slowest thing. Even if you dumped you, the dev would still slow us down, as would the... And I was like, okay, we can't call that the dev. We've got to rename you. You're not called the dev anymore. You're called... Hang on. I'm looking into... What am I looking into here? I think I'm looking into what else I want to buy. Yeah, I was looking into if I want to get any frigates. I was looking at the transit shuttle, but that's just crew. I was wondering if I wanted to pick up a single Tunguska. But then, do we need a Phaeton? Eventually we'll probably need some kind of crew. And I was wondering if the DME have a dedicated fuel tanker, but they don't. So we replace the dev with the DMS Morrigan. Yep. And yep, that's it. I think I'm happy with all of that. Move it over there just for nice sake. I'm tempted to strip all the weapons so it stops trying to join the fights, but I realize it has 2 weapons that can't be stripped, so yeah, it's probably was going to try to join the fights no matter what happens. Yes. Just checking things out. I can't remember what I was doing here. I was just clicking and make sure everything's happy. I was comparing speeds, that's it. I was comparing speeds. I was thinking the Kitaurus is even slower than the Normandies. I was like, okay, so yeah, if that thing's in combat, we're in trouble. And this is unbelievable. I'm trying to see if I can replace the linear cannons with the late rail accelerators, but I want to keep range parity. At least the light linear cannons and the auto laser cluster have a similar range. I could switch for the shock beam, but the shock beam has way less DPS, and I haven't got any rail accelerators to work with. And the Hellrider XRMs are basically my big punch anyway, and they're doing a good job at that. So we're all happy. Happy? Anything you want to buy? No. Last minute checkings. Want to get a couple of Cormorants. That's the goal. We want some frontline ships. I know people are concerned that I'm going carrier heavy right now, so the dream is to get a couple of Cormorants. And as frontliners, that would be very, very nice. We repair up, make sure we have supplies, make sure we have fuel. We have plenty of supplies, I think. Yeah, I mean, I make the call that we have plenty of supplies. And then let's go back to Yod and finish off what needs to be finished off. And I do check if there's like who's in Rock to see if there's a chance of getting a mission there. That's very unlikely. There's Tritachian and Pirates in Metalson. And it's like, okay, so let's go over here. Let us drop into Yod 2. At which point we're going to say, you know what, let's go explore the domain survey ship. Let's go into here. Then I was like, wait a second, did I buy the things? Yes, I did buy the things. I was like distracted. I'd forgotten if I'd bought the heavy machinery or not. I'm surprised that it wasn't a fight, but I'll take the rewards. Actually, not as much as I thought it was going to be, unfortunately. A bit more salvaged out of it, so metal over time will add up. Get a triple one. We lose 4 heavy machinery, but we get 1 back, so swings and roundabouts, really. Then I decide, what are we going to survey? What are we going to survey? I was like, you know what, I'm going to survey the volcanic world. We're right here anyway. Maybe it'll give us something. Perform a survey. It costs 5 supplies. No matter what happens, it's a profit. So, yeah, class 1 survey data. No worries whatsoever. Then it's like, okay, so we got plenty of supplies, more than we came with. We were checking prices. I'm doing price comparisons of how much supplies are plus how much it's worth it. So 5 supplies would cost me 150 a peep in Parami just now, and we just got about 2,000 worth from that class survey, from the survey class 1, if we sell it in Parami, so it was definitely worth it. Okay, then it's like, hang on, there was a domain survey ship in Besson, wasn't there? I have a moment of doubt. And seeing who's out fighting, it's Sai fighting off some Metalson. I get really confused that we are now at peace with the Persian League and Sinjin Diktat, but we were always at peace with the Persian League. We've always been at war with Eurasia. And then it's like, hang on, that's weird. It's like, okay, we're at peace with them now, sure. I get confused. That must have been. I keep thinking I think that must be a newly minted alliance or something. I wonder if I can take that, but then we're not doing this right now. Besides, it's dealing with its own problems of the Knights Templar Paladinas over there, so I'm not going to bother them right now. Okay, sensor contact. Okay, so what are you? That's interesting. Oh, you're a salvage expedition. That's nice. And they're like, hang on, you're scavenger fleet hegemony friendly. And then no, because scavenger fleets can just flip-flop. They can flip-flop. And I go, okay, well, they're going to chase us. Might as well engage. We should be able to deal with this easily. We're outnumbered, but we got much better ships than them, not you. And I'm going, you know what? I would suggest that I go for double defend as a front line, and that has worked well for me in the past. So defend there, defend there. let's just stop the Vesper before it gets too eager. I just go ahead and look. I think I see the Vesper dash off. Was that this fight? Yeah, I see the Vesper dash off. I was like, hang on. No. You're a bit too eager. You just escort one of the carriers, just so you hang back a little bit. And moving up, the carriers are split 1 per defense point, which is exactly what I wanted. And let's go capture that nav buoy. Buoy, I get confused at this point, which is why I made this mistake on purpose. Voltigeurs, and then, okay, what's coming down here? That is a something or other. I don't recognize you. But you're here, and I wonder, like, are you a cruiser or are you a destroyer? Can I kill you easily? Then I was like, okay, yeah, we can. Okay, it's not a problem, we can kill you easily. You're going to overload very soon, or you're going to have to lower your shields. One of two is going to have to happen. You overload, so I just unload 4 XRMs into you. It's fine. The Nautilus is going to get hit by... I don't even need to fire some Voltigeurs before basically the missiles from other things just take it down. We're wondering about the apogee. I put the apogee on an engage order, I think. Yeah, he's like, no, engage that and that. Yeah, engage the side. I'll deal with this thing, which I forgot the name of. It's Lynx, right? I think it's an Imperial Lynx. Firing off some Voltigeurs, that gets killed really easily. And I decide, you know, instead of me personally going for the apogee, I'm going to make sure we can focus our attention. So I'm going to go for the Praetorian, take that out, then go for the Albatross afterwards. Yep, no problems over there. Switch over to the Albatross. Albatross has gone into damper mode. I decide to sit in its face for a bit. Yep, overloads. Fire off a single one, followed by a second one, just to do a little bit of damage, break through the armor. Then that, of course, gets overloaded, thankfully, so I send a couple more XRMs to break through the armor, and things get firing. Claim the victory. Very nice. I decide, you know what, we've got the cargo capacity to spare. They started this fight, so I'm going to go out after them. Pretty much just me and the Vesper, because we need A, speed, and B, that's all we really need right now. So I just go, you know what, I'm going to come off the back, Vesper's going to come off the right-hand side. Vesper, you have orders to eliminate the ads, and I'm going to go after the Angon. So we start flying out. Angon's got front vantage shields and a burn drive, so I'm a little bit concerned. Especially because it's got like a small fighter wing, but it gets wrecked. So it's like, okay, so that's not to worry about that. And it got front vantage shields. It's got point defense, but I've got ECCM. It's only a mini blaster at the back. And we managed to pull off good kill, and then managed to jump forward, get that wrecked in. Beautifully done. Ship recovery. I agonize over getting the apogee for a while, especially because the apogee has serving equipment. I go, do I want an apogee? Do I not want an apogee? Do I want an apogee? I don't want an apogee. Then I pause and I think about it and I consider it, and we stare at that for a little bit longer. Come on, Nemo, speed up. And then I was like, okay, I haven't got the crew for it. I can't have it ready and have the crew, so I just go, you know what? Unless it's a very rare ship, I'm not going to get it anymore. We're not really interested in fighting. We're not really interested in picking up stuff. We are interested in exploration. So unless you have a specifically rare ship that I cannot get, one of a kind, or from factions I wouldn't be able to get, or a good challenge, you're not worth it as a trophy ship. So it does not become a trophy ship. Then you need to level up a couple of people. Conrad Rossian gets more gunnery implants. And Quinn Yates, I decided, you're going to go for some impact mitigation? Nah, target analysis, I think. We'll build you towards combat strengths. Then, okay, we're going to Besson. And where are we going to jump into Besson? We're going to jump in near Lens. I decide probably not. We're going to jump in near here. In this place. Kind of wondering where that is, trying to remember if there was an actual survey ship here. I'm like, where is it? Is there a survey ship? I can't see the survey ship. Then like, oh, it's over there. Okay, there is a survey ship here. That's cool. That's fine. That's fantastic. That's dandy. I didn't come here for no reason. Slightly concerned as well because probably the Blaze Rex is still around, so we're still a little bit concerned. We're still a little bit worried about the situation here. But you know what? We'll go with it. We'll chill. And we'll make our way there. Maybe there's stuff for us to scavenge. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Tirador, Coalition, Bounty versus us. We bountied versus them. They've made peace with the Neutrino. We turned up over here. There's no one else around, thankfully. Just domain era survey ship. Again, no defenses, but hello, beta cores. We're now very happy about the beta cores. Like, hello, that is a nice thing to get. Part of the diplomacy bomb versus for the Diablo Avionics. At some point, I can't remember if it's now or later on. I think it's later on, so I'll get to that point later on. But yeah, we're just salvaging stuff. Get as much as we can out of it. We've got the cargo capacity to spare, so might as well get what we can. We go, hell, that's a frozen world. That might be useful to survey. For 10 supplies, we'll survey that for 10 supplies. Class 2, so not too much of a problem. That's okay. We can deal with Class 2. Can't mine as well because we have no things, so you just leave. And then we're flying around again. Our invasion of Voltron failed, but that's a cryovolcanic world, so maybe that we get a better choice over there. And then we go perform survey. Abundant volatiles, class 1. Oh. It's a huge emotional roller coaster that had me in tears. Then we go, you know what? Source. It's the Terran eccentric world. Hello, Terran eccentric. Terran eccentrics tend to be quite good. Terrans tend to be very, very good for salvaging. And I go, hang on, there's a relay here. Might as well put a comp sniffer on the relay, I guess. No one's going to get angry at us for it, so might as well put it there. I have no idea what those actually do. If anyone knows what a comp sniffer actually does, let us know. I check Blaze Rex is still active. Literally active for a day, so we're not too worried about it. Then you go, okay, so let's carry on. Fly around the sun. We're going to check lens, I believe. Do we check lens? I think we might have checked. No, we go past lens because we've checked lens before. The lenses, again, it's a 125% survey, so we can't do it anyway. We go, okay, so what's this? This is a supply cache. That's nice. Supply cache, some supplies. Not going to complain, supply cache. It's very, very nice. And fly around for another debris field. Just slowly building up. And you go, you know what, let's go just head... Ooh, what's this? Let's go head over there. No, what's this? This is the domain probe. Do you want to go to the domain probe? Yes, we do. It's along the way. Might as well. Salvage. Again, no transplutonics, but no fighting. But okay, we'll take transplutonics. Transplutonics is worth money. Anything else? Hoping for more transplutonics. Get disappointed, sadly. Another debris field. Swing past. Anything in here? Nothing else really. Nothing more than what we really need. And I realize I'm starting to get a bit high on fuel now. And I make a joke that we're high on fuel rather than low on fuel. Blaze Rex is like, okay, you're there, but you don't seem to be hostile, possibly because your time has expired, possibly because my transponder's turned off. So if you're not going to bother me, I'm not going to bother you. I keep wondering if I can take you. It's like, no, I couldn't take you with my last fleet, and this fleet's not even big. It's not bigger than that. So I decide against it. Then you say, okay, what's this? This is an orbital habitat. Yes, and ooh, there's a fight to be done. I say, we're so high on supplies, we might as well just deploy everyone. I don't do an all, not you this time, but we just deploy everyone. We say, you know what? It worked to do the front line, so we're going to front line again. I don't think I get that much more concerned about the Vespa this time around, because it is just derelicts. Derelicts will just die. This thing literally has a heavy mortar and some machines, so this is going to die really quickly. That one has just thumpers on it, pretty much, so I just fire everything I can at it. Then I start firing thumpers at X-Arms at these guys, and it's like, oh, they've got flares, but I've got ECCM, so only half my message in this. Which is nice, because one of them gets distracted, the other one hits home and against a derelict with low armor and no shields. The XRM does fantastic work. Any wreckage? It's like nothing really major, and I have to start making some decisions for amount. We've got too much fuel, so it's like, okay, let's drop that off. Okay, we're going to come out scrap it. Hello, Alpha Core. And I think this is really awesome. We're in the money now. Alpha Core is 1,500 credit, 150,000 credits per unit. That's fantastic news. That is money, money, money. What else is worth money? That's worth money. That's worth money. So get rid of all the metals, get rid of the machinery, get that. Don't need any fuel right now. Food is cheaper than metals, so we get the metals back. Then we look at the Alpha Core for a bit, and the Alpha Core is awesome. This is me just reading out the Alpha Core stuff. And I go into a thing that in the next patch, I believe, you can use cores to... You can put them in charge of your stations. so that they basically run your stations. And alpha cores are better forms of AI, more advanced. They can make jokes, they can create art, they can debate philosophical positions, they can make meaningful bonds with human beings, they can create elaborate practical jokes that only can be appreciated in the future due to retrospect to a specific time and context. They are very, very dangerous, and they get controlled like crazy back in domain days, and even more so by the hegemony these days. And selling these in the open market is prohibited by most factions. However, higher up faction representatives will often be willing to buy AI cores when communicated with directly. So basically, it's part of it's a very nice money injection, and a very nice diplomacy injection as well. So go, hello, we can just drop those off at the DA. And I think this is where I go, that if you put an alpha core in charge of a station in the next patch, I believe the better the core, the more effective the station runs, but there's a chance that the core goes rogue, I believe. Or is that maybe just something that was touted in the forums? I don't know, but it was just amusing regardless. It'd be amusing to see that happen. Then I go, so what's this? Then I get confused about the cargo pods, about what's actually happening here. Like, that is... Because there's the leftovers of the fight, and then there's the leftovers of the station, and it's a weird moment where I'm just checking every single cargo pod, and I just give up at this point. You know what? The hell with this. I need to wait for supplies to go down anyway, so I might as well survey this in the meantime. It's habitable, so I'm like, ooh, it's habitable, it's not very good. Rich farmland, good. Widespread ruins, class 3. It's like, yeah, class 3 isn't bad, but I was expecting more from a Terran habitable planet. Blaze Rex still doesn't care right now, so it's good. We've used up some cargo space, so you can go pick up some more stuff. So we pick up. We go check out what the other pods are. Like, okay, what are you? You are just fuel. Okay, you must be fuel from the fight, maybe. And what are you? Then I get really concerned. Okay, we're now at war with the ORA and against war with the Persian League and the Sunni Diktat. Contender cannon. Okay, that's worth more money than metals, so I'll take that. Pick up everything we need. Drop that off. Pick up the metals left over here. About 70, more than I was expecting. And yeah, just jumping back. And I think we're heading to DA now. We're heading back to DA just to see the diplomacy bomb. Just the diplomacy bomb up what we currently have to deal with. 1990S is right there. Staging point eclipse. Let's make a move. Then Rock Citadel captured by Metalstones. Like, fair enough. It's in their system, so they own it. Northern Dominion votes for war with interstellar research. Like, hang on. The Persian League abstained. That means that we are now at war with the Persian League, which is weird. We were quite good friends before, as far as I understand it, but now, because of their allies with the Sinjan Diktat, we are at war with the Persian League. What am I doing here? I can't remember what I was doing here. I was just checking out. It was a big fleet. That's a big fleet. I'm not dealing with that right now. Heading back to 1990 ES. I remember to turn on my transponder, which is fantastic news. I don't usually do that. I was like, okay, let's get into Staging Point Eclipse and see what we can do with the diplomacy bomb. So you go to Staging Point Eclipse. That's nice. Browse com directory and mission postings, I believe. First of all, we repatriate the prisoner for a boost of 5. And then we go, you know what? Let's talk to Bert Pugh and turn in the cores for 200% reputation gain, 150% bounty value. That gives us 315,000 credits and a reputation gain of 18 points. Very, very nice indeed. So we're now at 8 positive, plus we gained a lot of money, which we can use to expand the fleets. We're also going to sell pretty much all the weapons, all the commodities first of all, not those. All the commodities, not the survey data. This place is not paying very well for survey data. It's not going to bother. We're going to sell that. We're going to sell that. We're going to sell pretty much all the weapons as well, I believe. When you get around to it, there you go. Sell them all, apart from the Sabo. That can stay. Just checking if I wanted to buy anything. The whole point, of course, of me going for Diablo is that I want to get myself a Gust, and I can't do that yet. I want to get myself a Gust. I know the whole poll DME versus Diablo, but the new Gust, I want to do the new Gust. It is a fantastic ship. I'm desperate to try the new Gust. I want to control my own fighters, damn it. At which point you say, okay, we've got the money. We've got the money now, and now we need to head back and basically buy up stuff. I think I'm still gushing about the Gust at this point. Yeah, I think I'm still gushing at the Gust because like, oh, there's a Gust over there. But I'm desperate to fly. I want to fly my own Raven. That's basically it. I want to get a Gust, put a Raven in it, and fly it. That's what I want to do. I want to be a Gundam, which is what the Gust lets you do. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna see where else we can explore, where also like, unexplored places we can expand. But I've got money to spend, so I say pretty much that we're gonna head back to Nikolaev. We're gonna spend the money. I can definitely buy a couple of cormorants now, thankfully, or maybe even Leningrad, and that I will catch up with you guys after I finish the episode. Because why end now and then travel the next episode? I'll just travel between episodes, and next time you will be starting already in Nikolaev, ready to buy the new ships. And that's pretty much the end of the video and this post-recording. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it wasn't too bad. Thanks. See you next time, folks. Bye.